Something really huge is happening in the world of tech right now. U.S. giants, think Google and Microsoft, are lining up to pour billions upon billions of dollars into India. And this isn't just a small investment. We're talking about a massive wave that's set to completely reshape the country's digital landscape.
So here's how we're going to break this all down for you. First, we'll get into the staggering numbers. Then, we'll look at the simple reason behind it all, profit. After that, we'll explore what they're actually building, how this signals a major global power shift, and finally, what all of this really means for India's future.
Okay, let's dive right in by looking at the sheer scale of all these announcements. And trust me, the numbers we're about to see, they are staggering. Let's kick things off with Microsoft. They've just come out and announced a plan to pump $17.5 billion into India. And this isn't some pie-in-the-sky plan for 50 years from now. Nope, we're talking by 2029. But wait, it gets even bigger. When you add in their earlier commitments from just this year, Microsoft's total planned investment over just the next 3 to 4 years, it climbs to over $20 billion. And this isn't just a one-company show. Google is right there with them, announcing plans to invest $5 billion to build its own data hubs across the country. It's a massive signal that the whole tech sector sees something really special happening.
So that begs the big question, right? Why? Why pour all this money in, and why do it right now?
Well, when you boil it all down, it comes back to one thing: a massive opportunity for profit. These are public companies, after all, and they see a future of immense earnings in India. And look, this isn't just some wild guess on their part. It is absolutely backed by hard data. India's economy is booming, recently posting a quarterly growth rate of over 8%. When you're a global company looking for the next big engine of growth, a number like that, well, it's pretty much impossible to ignore.
Okay, so we've got the why. It's all about profit. But what about the what? What are they actually spending all these billions on? The short answer? Data centers. Think of them as the powerful brains and the memory of the entire internet. They're these huge, super secure buildings just packed with servers, giving us all the computing power and storage we need for, well, pretty much everything.
And what does that really mean for you and me? I mean, they power almost everything we do online. That banking app on your phone? Yep. Streaming a movie? You bet. Online gaming, shopping, even just saving your files to the cloud or scrolling through your social media feed. None of that happens without these data centers humming away in the background.
But here's the thing. This is so much bigger than just building a few server rooms. What we are witnessing here is a truly historic shift, a migration of the world's digital backbone.
I mean, just take a look at the landscape right now. The U.S. has over 5,000 data centers. China, a huge player, has over 400. And India? Right now they're sitting at around 150. That gap, that's the massive opportunity that these tech giants are just racing to fill. And this really highlights a fundamental change in how the internet works. For decades, the model was pretty simple. The U.S. hosted the world's data and then sold services to countries like India. But the future? No way. The future is all about building that critical infrastructure directly inside these new, booming digital economies. And the goal here is, well, it's absolutely massive. With all this investment pouring in, the plan is for India to rival China in data center capacity, and they want to do it by 2030. That's not just an update, that's a monumental power shift.
So let's bring this all back down to earth. Billions of dollars, data centers, global shifts. What does this actually mean for people in India? What's the real-world impact going to be?
Well, it really kicks off a powerful chain reaction. First, and most obviously, you get more jobs for Indians, people to actually build and run these massive facilities. But then, you get the second step, a huge push for education. Microsoft alone is talking about upskilling 20 million people in AI and data. And when you have that skilled workforce, you fuel a whole new digital ecosystem of local startups and new businesses. The end result? It positions India to become the go-to data hub for the entire region.
It all comes back to that famous saying, data is the new oil. In the 21st century, economies aren't just built on oil rigs anymore. They're built on data. And the countries that control that infrastructure, well, they're the ones who are going to control the future.
And that really brings us to our final thought. Because this trend, it's way bigger than just Microsoft and Google. You've got Amazon, another massive player, already pouring its own billions into India. It really makes you wonder, right? Who's going to be next? And just how high can these investments go? One thing is for sure, this digital gold rush is really just getting started.